Kids continue gaming during a 2021 typhoon in the Philippines. What? Why? Are you not scared of being electrocuted? Last night, our eldest teenager refused to go to an event we'd bought tickets for and was exceptionally rude. So we left them at home and took the router instead. It had a great time. I just know if I was your kid, I'd be so angry. But I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of funny. Where are you? I left early. Sorry I couldn't stay longer. What? Where are you going? I'm going home. Are you kidding me? Come back. You're drunk. Don't worry, I called an Uber. We drank at your place. Oh. Where am I going? Wow, seriously? Get the driver on the phone. Police robot told woman to go away after she tried to report crime, then sang a song. I want to be as unbothered as this guy. Me and my friend had this 0.5% difference going in middle school. I would score a 90, he would score a 90.5. Around the middle of the year, I finally got a perfect score and I couldn't help showing off to him, thinking that I finally broke the pattern. Then he showed me his 100.5. Turns out the teacher knew about our feud and gave him those extra 0.5 points just to mess with me. My name is James. No, it isn't, Tom. Tom, stop lying. Wow. Bear Grylls holds the world record for the highest open-air formal dinner party held in a hot air balloon at 7,600 meters. Are you kidding me? For what reason would he do this? After returning to OpenAI as CEO, Sam Altman fires the board members who fired him last week. I'd do that too, that sounds fair. Swedish prison guards forget to lock cells. During Friday night, the guards to this prison in Sweden forgot to lock 6 prisoners into their cells, 3 of which was sentenced to murder. The prisoners took the opportunity to bake brownies and watch television. One of the best evenings we have had in a long time, says one of the prisoners. They didn't escape or anything, they just made brownies and watched TV? That's so nice. How to get the last insult in a divorce. This guy had checks of him and his new wife printed so he could write alimony checks to his ex on them. Oh, she must have been a bad wife. To the owner of the black Tesla who parked behind the Orpheum or Seymour Street tonight, who told me to go flip myself after I told them they'd likely to get a parking ticket because of tour vehicles that were going to park there, who seemed to presume I was just some nosy civilian rather than the guy running the concert tonight. Here's a photo of the tow truck I called for your car, and a photo of me eating an ice cream cone while I watched it being towed. I don't think I've ever had an ice cream cone that tasted so sweet and refreshing. Oh my gosh, you're just on next level of petty, and I love it. Good job. A village in France goes nuts with lines to disorient drivers and prevent speeding. Are you sure it wasn't just some line painter who really was having a bad day? Nigerian scammer Emil Nwude once sold a fake airport to an international bank for $242 million. What prompted him to do this? I just remembered the time I went on a first date to the London Zoo, and at the gate he asked if I would mind paying for my own ticket, which I said I would, at which point he pulled out a 2-for-1 voucher, so I paid for my ticket and he went in for free. He didn't even try and split the cost of one for you, he just did that. r/teenager polls. I've got jury duty. Decide for me. Should they be innocent or guilty? How to become a multi-millionaire in 5 months with 3 to 9 months of preparation. Step 1. You first become pregnant or get your wife pregnant. Step 2. At 5 months, you study your butt off for interviews. Step 3. At 7 months, apply to hundreds of companies. Step 4. Once you're at the 8-month period, interview with 100 different companies, accept every single offer you get, and have them all start the same week. Step 5. Your kid is born and you go on parental leave for, let's say, 40 jobs for 5 months, each paying you $120,000 base average, so 40 times $10,000 per month. This racks you up to $2 million. Step 6. Quit and live off your investments with your family for the rest of your life. That is so crazy. You just gotta hope that they don't ask if your wife is pregnant, because then it's spoiled. I'm pretending to be a hot girl on Tinder so I can match with my roommate and tell him I'm coming over so he'll clean the apartment. Or you could just tell him to clean the apartment, but That one sounds funnier. Paid $5.99 for in-flight Wi-Fi to tell you this guy just broke up with his girlfriend on the plane and she's sobbing. I'm sitting right here. What do I do? What do I do? A fake lawyer named Brian Mwenda has been arrested in Kenya. He won all 26 cases he handled before his arrest. A fake lawyer? And he did a good job of it? Surely you just give him an honorary degree, right? Just got accepted into Oxford University! Whoa! Yes! See you in October! Who said I was gonna accept? Huh? Take a look at this guy. A guy named Dale Schroeder grew up poor in Iowa, never married, had no children, and worked as a carpenter at the same company for 67 years and only owned 2 jeans. He spent all his life savings to send 33 students to college. Is this real? And why did they have to specify he only owned 2 jeans? Did he tell them that? Such a weird fact. Chinese marathon runner disqualified for chain smoking through entire race. A man named Uncle Chen recently completed a marathon in China while chain smoking. Why'd you have to throw Uncle Chen out of there? I'm sure he did the same as everyone else. He just had a little hobby while he was doing it. Sydney families turned down $50 million from developers who built suburb around their home. Are you kidding me? Huge, long driveway? They want to keep that? Yesterday, my colleague called me a book murderer because I cut long books in half to make them more portable. Does anyone else do this? Is it just me? I hope that's just you, because that's terrifying. Started group WhatsApp with every bird in my contacts last night. What a bloody melt I am. You created a group, Dom's Angels. Hiya girls. You're right, it's Dom. I just couldn't be arsed texting you all individually. What you all doing tonight? Dom, you may be a mad lad, but this one is a bit controversial. Today was Ranch Day at the high school. Yep, Ranch Day. Japanese husband has gone 20 years without speaking to his wife since she upset him. 20 years? I guess you can't let go of grudges, can you? This woman just farted so loud in the bathroom, I could just feel she was embarrassed. So I farted back just to make her feel not so alone. You just had that one in the storage ready just in case it happened? I've eaten 92 baguettes of bread in January. Have you? That's a lot of bread. Is your stomach okay? Cops shut down a massive 3,000 person game of hide and seek at IKEA. There's no fun allowed on this planet. On God, I hate it here. It sounds so fun. I want to play that. In one famous experiment, people were asked to sit quietly for 15 minutes in a room with nothing but their own thoughts. They also had the option to hit a button and give themselves an electric shock. Getting physically shocked is unpleasant, but many people preferred it to the emotional discomfort of boredom. Out of 42 participants, nearly half opted to press the button at least once, even though they had experienced the shock earlier in the study and reported they would pay money to avoid experiencing it again. One male outlier opted to shock himself 190 times. 190 times? Is he okay? Is he mentally okay? In the 1990s, a California man, Steve Comensar, began putting ads in national magazines selling solar-powered dryers for $49.95. Customers would then receive a simple clothesline in the mail. Well, can you blame him? He didn't lie, did he? He just was a bit deceiving. I knew my girlfriend was going to dump me, so I set up a profile called Ad Profile on her Netflix account, and 3 years later, I'm still watching. Oh, you're evil. Japanese man, 35, has 4 wives and 2 girlfriends. Hasn't worked in 10 years as he lives off them. He plans to continue expanding his family and wishes to have 54 children so his name can go down in history as the person with the most kids in Japan. First of all, how does he get 4 wives and 2 girlfriends? How is that possible? Why are these women willing to do that? My son, 7, has discovered D's nuts jokes, and it's all he says now. Everything is D's nuts. He simply can't stop. I asked him where he heard that joke. He made me promise that if he told me, he wouldn't get in trouble, and I agreed. So he leans in and whispers, D's nuts. He's never gonna stop. Good luck. I faked it every time we made love. I saw every meme you sent me at least a month before you showed it to me. So who's really winning? Hungry photographer deletes all photos and leaves after being denied food at a wedding. How are you gonna hire a photographer and not feed him? I know he's getting paid a lot of money, but he's there for 8 hours just like you. Drastically out of shape guy finds a loophole to enter Mr. Universe competition, ends up winning the most unique physique title. Oh, okay. I guess he could sign that one off his bucket list. Guy spends 36 days cycling from Poo Poo Point to PP Creek. Good job. Was it worth the month and a bit? You got a news article written about you, so I guess that's something. My teacher left the room during a test, so we all started sharing answers. Then I look up and she was staring right at me. Why is she in the roof? Is she allowed to do that?
Nick North, Zip Zorb, Lidor, Lizorbo, Zip Zorb, Zinkeldorg, Gingorslo.